Howdy, howdy, howdy. CrossX Coasters with a live stream. How about that? Haven't done a live stream before on this channel. If you follow me, you may know that I do have a second channel called CrossX Gaming. I do live streams on that channel. So yeah, go check that out. But yeah, so this is Coaster Discussions episode 1. Basically, I've been wanting to kind of do this for a while. I didn't really know how I was going to do it, but I figured just doing it and seeing what works and what doesn't work, just kind of just try it out, you know what I mean? So well, here we are. Basically, it's going to be me kind of just, well, discussing coasters, really. I'm going to just go through the coasters that I've created, like why I created them and why I did what I did. Maybe adjust some of them on the live stream. I don't know. Come and watch and find out. But it's basically a place where I can hear live feedback from you guys and people who watch my stuff can kind of talk about what they think and put that in the chat and whatnot. I don't know. We'll kind of see how this goes. But I haven't really seen anybody do that. I've seen people like discuss coasters and do stuff like that, but I haven't seen people who create their own coasters on like No Limits talk about their coasters, why they did them, and stuff like that. I haven't really seen that. So I figured, well, why not? Let's just do it. And then once I'm done with all the coasters that I've created, we can go into like real coasters, like actual real life coasters, and kind of just discuss them. You guys can suggest to me what coasters to do in the next video, the next coaster discussions, next episode, and that's what I will do. I will discuss those coasters. So I'm trying to make it a more community driven series rather than me just talking about the same coasters over and over again. I mean, we're going to start off with the coasters I've talked about just to kind of warm up and test things out. But what we're going to see in this episode is stuff like this. Stuff that you guys have not seen yet. Like, you guys have not seen this at all, right? I sure hope not, because that would be weird. But if you look at it, it's reminiscent of things like what's it called? Gale Force. That's what it's called. Gale Force, and the other one that's in all the Six Flags. I can't remember the name of it right now. But it's basically a multi-launch, right? And it goes through. It's pretty cool. I've tried to keep it tight knit into like this tiny little square. Like if you look at these supports, they're all kind of lined up here. And the same with this and that. It's all lined up, so it fits in this nice little box. It fits like that. You might be looking at it and you might be thinking, wow, that's actually kind of cool looking. You know, it's different. It sure is. I mean, look at that. That's wild. What's cool is you launch and you come out of this big old loop and you just dive through all these supports. I think that's really cool. Try to keep it compact and interesting yet different. And if you can't see it, these are the cars. They're the train style that I used. Now this is not, you know, going to be a motorbike coaster. I will want to put this in the Joy Parks as a dual coaster. They will be exactly the same, just because why not? It's one of those rides, kind of like the 40 free spins that they do now. Yeah, it's a motorcycle coaster though. So that's roughly about it. I just think it'd be a different feel going through all these versions, kind of like you're flying rather than sitting down. So let's go ahead and write it. I haven't gotten physics down for it, like the the way the launch works. I haven't gotten that figured out yet, this multi-launch. So you'll see, I'm just kind of figuring out how it works. Like, it's really slow here because the way that the launch works doesn't really allow it to do much. Oh gosh, it's so slow. This is not how it would actually ride. But you kind of get the idea, right? So it should launch better as it goes through again. Right. So it would be more like this, where it kind of floats a little bit, but then it mostly dies, so it's a little bit faster. I don't know. I have a hard time with these kind of coasters because it's like, you know, scripting and stuff. I don't know how to do any of that. And the thing about this one is it literally just goes on infinitely. So that's what it looks like. We're watching it. Well, it's not going to go that fast. That looks a little fast, doesn't it? You know what I mean? How's the frame rate in the video? Because I looked down on my phone for like half a second and it looked like the frame rate was crap. Is it fine now? Is it looking good now? Yeah, it was running at like pitiful frames. Is it? I can't tell. Is it fine now? Here, hold on. I'm gonna see, how does this look? I'm just gonna fly around like this and I'm gonna test the frame rate of the video because it didn't look very good. No, it's good now. Oh, it's a little laggy. It's a little laggy. It could also be the Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi has been kind of weird lately. I don't know, but I think that looks, you know, pretty different. You know what I mean? So I think it looks really cool. I think it would look really cool in a. Ooh, I've been moving it back. That's why. Instead of just right. Like, I think that would look really cool in a park. Honestly, do. Like, you're just walking up and you see this. That would be really cool looking. I originally called it Samson. As the West version of Samson, it would be in Joy Park West. It's my Joy Park West is basically the Disney World of the Joy Parks, because it's kind of just a big area that I stick any roller coasters that I create and I like and I want them in my park, basically, because it has more room. The Joy Park East, I guess you could call it. I just call it Joy Park. You'll see it called something else here, because stuff. Basically just is a more compact version, so trying to just keep it in an actual area. West is basically planned so that you can just expand and expand and expand, basically. That was my idea. I don't know what that's going to do, but we're going to go now to, that's the only other coaster individually. Actually, whoops. Hello. We're going to go down here to the other Joy Park. I called it Joy Park Columbus because it's near where I found some land there that I was like, ooh, this is really nice flat land. That's really pretty. It's got trees, it's got scenery, it's like almost right next to a freeway. And I was like, this would be really cool here. It would totally fit. And so I just called it Joy Park Columbus, and I didn't feel like going back and renaming it just Joy Park, because that's what it is. It's just Joy Park. It's not going to be called where it's located. It's just Joy Park. Joy Park West is the same thing. It's just called Joy Park. It's just on the west side, so people call it Joy Park West. So you can kind of separate them, Joy Park West, Joy Park East, but it's more Joy Park West, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But the thing about this park is it's not the park I wanted to load, actually. Whoops. Well, we're gonna be here for a while. It is not at all the one that I wanted. I wanted West, because the other coaster you guys haven't seen is in West, not in East. That's unfortunate. Yeah, if you guys think this is a cool idea, let me know. If you think I could improve some things as the series progresses, please let me know, because I do want to keep this as entertaining but as factual and truthful as and honest as possible. The thing about the coaster I just showed, Samson West, the problem with it is it doesn't work. So I haven't actually added it into the park. That's why I left it still in its own little park there. It just doesn't work. I haven't gotten the scripting down because I don't know how to do that. So yeah, once I get that done, I will add it to the parks. I'm not entirely sure where yet. I will probably actually, we can do that in this video. I will import the coaster and place it where I think it would go in the two parks if I were to place it. We can do that. That's fine, right? Another thing is we can actually talk about this park. Well, let's just talk about this park. Since I've only got 2 coasters that you guys haven't seen, let's just talk about those 2. And then talk about other stuff. Again, it's a discussion. It's kind of up in the air, whatever. I was planning on going backwards through coasters, the coasters that I created, because that would make it easier for me to know what I'm doing and what I've done. Plus, since we're starting out with coasters you haven't seen, it would be kind of logical to work backwards. But you guys tell me what you want me to talk about, and do not suggest me right now future coasters that are in real life. Just suggest me coasters that I've made, because that's what I'm starting out with. You know what I mean? But yeah, this park takes forever to load. Part of the reason is because I do have a giant wooden coaster, the Arc. You know, it's a 200-foot wooden coaster, so it's got to load all of those supports. And then it's also, for some reason, once I added Persecution, it took a while longer to load, and I think that's because of the scripting of the coaster. Not entirely sure why. I feel like that is because I remember right after I added it, it took longer. Definitely when it's loading the scripts on the loading screen here, did it do that? But yeah, this is kind of just a blank screen. Joy Park West opens a lot faster, even though I have a wooden coaster. It's not nearly as big and as detailed. Even though I have more coasters, it is still just smoother and faster and all that. Now, I'm thinking of all the coasters that I can explain and talk about, because I do like talking about my coasters. And I do like put the description of the coasters in the description on the videos, but it's not like in-depth detail. This is why I made this turn here. This is why this is this, and all that stuff. And I do want to kind of talk about why I did what I did, because nobody really does that. Again, I haven't really seen a channel that makes No Limits coasters and then talks about why they make them like they do. I haven't really seen that. You do see people talk about the coaster as they're making them, but I'm basically showing you the final product and then going back and discussing why I did what I did and why I'm going to change what I'm going to change. Because there are some things that I would like to change. Like the newest coaster that came out. Not the newest coaster, the second newest coaster. What was it called? The Vekoma RMC. I'm drawing a blank here. I really am. Well, flush the graphics card. I've never seen that. I don't know what that means. I don't think it's gonna matter. Anyways, hey, welcome to Joy Park. Let's see here. So you can see, my frame rate is, when I'm looking like over here, my frame rate is a good solid 60 FPS. When I go like this, it goes down to like 10. But this is really cool. I do like how you come down and you see this Wild Mouse coaster. I think that really adds a sense of park feel to it, and it's right next to the wooden coaster, so it kind of flows into the wooden coaster. I do like that. And then you come over here and you just look at this thing and you're like, holy cow, this thing has no support. And that's what's really cool about it. But we will get into this coaster later. We will discuss this coaster later. But kind of talk about Joy Park here for a second before I add the coaster. So you have the parking lot. And there's some stuff going on outside. Either one, the road would be going right next to the park, and you would have to take like really cool, because I do like designing bridges. I would design some really cool bridges to go over the road to get to the entrance of the park, or it would be like this, and you would have the parking lot and just lead straight into the entrance like this. The entrance would have, you can kind of see what I was going for here, just wire mesh so that the Bible Rush wouldn't be dropping stuff on you as you're waiting in line. You know what I mean? But that's kind of what I wanted with Bible Rush. Again, I will discuss this further when we talk about Bible Rush. But I did wanted it over the entrance because that'd be really cool. And I've tried to show a video of that. I think in the Bible Rush preview video, like the very second video that I ever posted on this channel, I think has a video of a view from down there. But yeah, you enter and you've got all the supports, and then you're entering into this giant lake, because I do like water and I think that'd be really cool. It's like King's Island and King's Dominion, where they have the giant lake in the front and they have all the fountains and then the Eiffel Tower in the back. This one I was like, let's just have a giant lake and put a coaster in the middle. So that's what I did. Can see it's a little left side heavy. I don't know what to do with that. I think I just leave it to like shows and stuff. But you've got the walkway that I custom made using the supports instead of Google SketchUp. Now that I know how to use Google SketchUp, I will probably be adding a lot more, because that's a lot easier than what I was intending. Because I thought I was had to use actual no limit supports and stuff, but I guess not, which is nice. But this is the entrance. I do like this a lot. Wow, I did a good job on this. Wow, I am pretty darn satisfied. Supposedly it is accessibility, you know what I mean, wheelchair accessible. Anyways, along the sides, I wanted to kind of keep the side areas open so you can kind of walk, like you can walk here and like literally just stand here underneath the Cobra roll here, which also, by the way, check out the cool lighting effects. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. So it leaves like all this room that you could put like buildings that they usually do out, because it's filled with the coaster. So what would you fill it with? I figured, why not just fill these two sides, except for like maybe around here, put a building like about here so you can watch the launch and stuff. We try to keep it mostly open. What you could do is in the middle, that's where you have all your games. This is your gaming alley. Yes, there are games in other places, obviously, that we don't shove everybody into one spot kind of deal. You still have to plan it out, but that's kind of what I was thinking, was you just fill it with games. Yeah, and then you have like some rides, maybe like a little flat ride here and a little flat ride in these like open areas. Definitely have some rides in here and here. These big open areas like this definitely have some rides in there, all of which are surrounded on the outsides, like here, like anywhere where you don't see asphalt, that's just kind of open space, like here and around here and about back here and over here, kind of deal. That's where you would be placing like buildings and restaurants and all that good stuff, shows. Definitely back in here, probably create like a theater, because that'd be really, this actually be a really cool spot for a theater. Not that I think about it, because you would walk in the entrance, there would be some stuff. You could put like the restaurant, like if you look at the layout, it'd be like a layout like that, and you could have the restaurant here, and then you'd actually have the big theater part here, and then the entrance here. That would actually be really cool. Over here, I don't think I would have anything. Definitely along here have buildings. Also, at the same time, I'm trying to think of where to put that new coaster. I'm thinking like back here. Just look at this wood that they had to generate. Look at all this. It's insane. It's a lot of wood. It looks like Mean Streak. Armseer Mean Streak. We can discuss that. That's intense. That'll be a good discussion. Gotta get through this stuff though. Gotta be planned. Back here, probably just some rides. Probably a building here or here. And then more buildings here. I kind of want to put the new ride here. I don't know. This back area seems kind of like. That's the thing, is the back of the park is always kind of like, if you don't have it like in a circle, it's kind of like, it's the back of the park. It's kind of hard to make it interesting and lively. That's why I think adding the coaster here would be a good idea. Which, let's go to editor, coaster, import. Go down, it was called Samson, so S is Samson, West. Samson West, import. I'm going to top view, and good, it's facing the right way already because I designed it like that. Usually I design it from the front view. For some reason this one I didn't. I don't know why. I was like really tired that day or something. Which is okay. It doesn't matter, honestly. But you can see just how small this coaster is. Like, just look at that. Oh well, now you can't. Sorry about that. And sorry for the frame rate drop during the live stream. I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of bugging me. There's not much I can do about it. I mean, my computer with all these coasters and everything is actually got a good frame rate drop. I still forgot to put the support in on this, didn't I? From here to here. That's unfortunate. Just thought about that. See, you put it back here next to all these big coasters. It doesn't seem as exciting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete it. We're gonna go back in the top view. We're gonna go back over here. We're gonna scroll down. Wait, no, right, center. King of Kings is where I made the center point. Import the same coaster. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate it. How far? Do you think 45 would look good? Nope, apparently not. Negative 45? Nope. Alright, yeah, okay, I see how this works. 30. Perfect. There we go. And then we're going to move it back over negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then delete 1. And then that's good. And then we're going to go up Z. Let's say like 20, I guess. Nope, that's the wrong way. Like that. And then we're going to move it back 10 like that. I think that's a good spot. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Kind of want it like in between these coasters so it kind of flows. But it's like another little thrill ride. It's just like a little back thrill ride. It's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to think of how to place coasters back here because it's just you have monstrous coaster here. You have monstrous coaster here. You have big coaster there, and you have, you know, tall straight up coaster. You know, you just have like all these towering coasters. It kind of looks weird, but I think it's fine. There's really not much you can do about that. Once you add like buildings and stuff, it should look relatively normal. But that looks good. The other thing is I tend to build things at like 90-degree angles because that's the easiest thing to make in the limits. Which is why like stuff that doesn't do that really impresses me. So I think putting it at this angle adds, you know, just spices it up just a little bit. So I think that's good. But yeah, so that's a short discussion on Troy Park East. And it's going to take 20 million years to save. Now we're going to go to open. And now we're going to find the other Joy Park. Troy Park West. I'm grabbing the water because I forgot how quickly my throat dries. I do really like the variety of coasters in the park, especially this one because I have the most variety in this park. just because of the way the coasters are set up. I have a 410-foot strata coaster that launches you upside down at 400 feet. I have the tallest lift hill coaster and the longest coaster, King of Kings, which is kind of spread out the whole park. It was actually intended to be the barrier of the park until I realized that this area here was a nice box and I could fit in coasters. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I can just make a little back alley back here. You can kind of check this out and add coaster here. I added this one here, and I was like, yeah, I could totally add coasters back here. And so I did. I made the little back alley along with Faith. I could have talked about this. But if you remember the way Faith was laid out, actually wait, I should have I think it's in here, and it's in Joy Park, and it's in Columbus. Because again, I named everything Columbus because I was like really set on that area in that city. I don't know. I don't know which one it is that has. Yes. Okay. So it's this one. Okay. So you can kind of see how. Actually, I wonder if I can I not. What are these? Yeah, so you can kind of see this is what it looked like with the old Genesis and the old Predestination and the old Temple Trouble. Remember those guys? Holy cow, those were crap. Well, they weren't crap per se, but they weren't as good as the new ones. But you can see here, I was like, oh, I can add Faith here and just extend the footpath, and then I changed it and added Predestination, Divine. But adding that area, this square here, can I not draw? Okay. Can I, if I edit, can I draw? Because that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. Again, I've never really. No, you cannot. Let's not do that then. Oh, but I can draw now. Wow. What is this? Oh. Oh. Is that gonna stay there? Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. So you can kind of see how creating this box here created this edge line of the park, and then you had the top edge line of the park like that. So it created this space. So I just extended the foot like that, and then I made the RMC, the staff here, and then in that time I realized that I could make a coaster in this area, so I set up the barrier, which I will talk about when we get there in that coaster. I set up a barrier to make a coaster like they actually do in real life, and that's why that looks really cool, I think, in that area. And then adding the new coaster there would be kind of interesting. But keep changes, stay here, and save them, leave. I don't want to mess with it. Anyways, here's Joy Park. Same deal. I literally just like imported the same scenery and stuff, the same general idea. I just changed it for this part. Yeah, so the thing about this park is instead of entering and you have Bible Rush going over you and you go through and whatnot, you have Bob Rush going like this and just being, you know, what was it, like 120 feet in the air above you? Right, like look at that. That's really cool. You don't get to really see that in parks. And for some reason I have these black beams here. Oh, right, because the mesh. I don't have the mesh on this because I don't need it because of the coaster. Anyways, same deal. You walk in though, and you're met with this long strip of water. And then in order to get across the water this time, I added these bridges. And then there are these really cool support bridges that have this really cool design to them. And you can walk under and above. I'm actually going to exit the editor and go into place so we can kind of get more personable view here. Let's go ahead and do that. So you enter and you're just looking at this, like how cool would that look? You just walk in like that, and you walk in, you have the coaster, and the coaster's flying through and whatnot. I'm running as fast as I can. This guy's a wimp. Just kidding. So you can walk up these paths and you walk right underneath the coaster. How sweet. Like, look at that with the rays coming through. How sweet would that be? You just walk right underneath the coaster. Of course there would be netting, because you got to do that, you know. But oh yeah, that looks so cool. That would be so amazing. But again, any areas that you see, like these big fat areas, definitely have rides, entertainment, you know, games and whatnot. Same along here. Any on the outskirts, buildings. Could have actually buildings in between these big fat areas. Like definitely in here, it would have like either a main building or a main ride. If you notice, the park, if I go back into editor here, if you notice, the park is in fact a cross. This time, because it's, you know, a Bible-based park. The other one I didn't think about that when I was making it. I just kind of made it, which kind of gives it that flow of an actual amusement park. This one is actually laid out, so it's kind of, you know, it's 90 degrees and there's nothing really interesting, which makes it really hard to make it interesting. Especially when you're me and you don't like overlapping coasters, which I'll discuss here in a second. I just decided I'm gonna make this one in a cross, and that'll give me these long straightaways to add coasters going out from them and whatnot. So that's why I did that. But we're gonna leave and go back into this because I want to show you guys what I mean by overlapping coasters. So in real parks, you have coasters going over other coasters and whatnot. I didn't do that. I don't like doing that, but I thought, you know what, it needs to be. Wow, that looks really cool still. I need to be better at that. A couple things to note is I did adjust some of these coasters. I will discuss that in other videos. Here's the new coaster. Haha. We're going to check that out in just a sec. But, so what I did is, like, for this one, I moved. In the other park, you had things like the arc going, you know, pretty much through a bunch of coasters, and the coasters were interacting. There was a lot of interaction with the other coasters. They did fit nicely. In this one, not so much. So I did try to interact these two coasters. So this is really cool because you have the support in the middle of the Serpent, which looks really cool. This really weird end helix. But you also have persecution, right? Doing the barrel roll over the two coasters and then going back under itself. Like, how cool is that? You don't see that anywhere. That's so cool, right? And then I did that guy down there, whoever that is. Yeah, we'll talk about him. He'll be in the next episode. I did not. What I did was, that's like literally about it. Oh, no. There was a reason why I was over here. This is Temple Trouble. In Temple Trouble, I specifically designed to go inside the tower of the first 500-foot coaster, which, after the coaster that's built in Orlando is actually built, maybe, probably, will not be the first 500-foot coaster. It'll be the tallest drop on a coaster, which is some ridiculously 500-foot number. You know what I mean? But nobody builds anything in these things, so I was like, I'm gonna be weird and probably stupid and do that. So here you go. I made an entire coaster inside the structure of this thing. Like, that's just insane. Like, it's also really cool if you watch the timing of this ride, Temple Trouble, when you're going up. You like when the coasters start at exactly the same time. You can literally watch it come out of the launch and go up the hill. And then as you're passing down like this, you see it come back down. And then as you're going around, you can see it going up that hill. It's really cool. You're just going to dive in and out of the supports. I did not touch these supports on Faith at all. I imported Faith into the park, built the coaster around it, and then imported this coaster into this park. It's that simple. It's really easy. Actually, it's really nice. I like that feature. But the other thing was this guy. Oh, I love this coaster. It's so weird because you look at this and you're like, wow, there's a support missing. That's on purpose. But like these supports here, like look at that. That's so cool. And then it comes in and out, and there's airtime hills, and there's just chaos. And I want to talk about this coaster for days, and I'm gonna actually mess with it. But it interacts with this by going over and under. I'll talk about one now. Howdy. It's fine. You're good. What'd you need? No, Peon comes back in a couple minutes. I don't know. Alright. Sorry about that. My friend just came in. It's all good. I don't mind. Things will happen. But, yeah, I don't know. There's something about the whole... Actually, the red-blue thing here. I just want to talk about this coaster for days. I will mention in this video, I absolutely love this part of this coaster. This is like the first time I put like detail like this, and I made it actually like bend and move to the coaster, right? And made the trench and everything, which was a lot of fun to make, and it was really cool. It just adds that extra oomph that I think makes this coaster that coaster. And then there's this giant hole that you can fly through in the middle. That's kind of fun. Anyways, first park to have 3 coasters over 300 feet tall. The only other park to do something close to that is Cedar Point. Because, or no, actually does Six Flags do it too, because they have Kingda Ka and Superman. Well, anyways, it's the first one to have 3 over 300, because you have 400, 500, 300. So you have a Giga, a Strata, and I don't even know what to call this, an Ultimate Coaster, I'm gonna guess. Something. They call it the Polar Coaster, but I don't feel like Polar Coaster kind of fits the memo. But then again, you have things like Red Force, which is a Strata Coaster, but it's a, you know, it launches, or a Giga Coaster, but it looks like a Strata Coaster. So I don't know. It looks like a Strata Coaster, but it's called a Polar Coaster. How about that? But it looks really cool. I do like it. It's kind of the, you have the King of Kings, which is this thing in the back. But your icon of the park is the big tower in the middle of the park. The King of Kings is kind of surrounded and kind of out there, and it's got Faith on the other side, so it's kind of half and half. And then this one is just, you just got this tower. It's insane. And then you've got the RMC Vekoma Hybrid. This will be fun to talk about, and I will actually be adjusting it a little bit because, I don't know, you can see like here, I need to make this roll vertically less. I'll probably do custom supports. I don't know if I'll do that in the live stream or not, but anyways, basically, new coaster you guys have not seen yet is this guy way over here. I took one of your waters. Yeah, we're gonna drink it. Get out of here, I'm talking. Anyways. Check it out, it's a wooden coaster, yay! So basically, I wanted a wooden coaster that the kids could ride and the whole family could ride. So not just kids, not just adults, but the whole family. So you can see it's not very tall, the drop is not very big. You know, it looks like a fun ride, right? It looks fantastic, right? This is really tight-knit wooden coaster. What's cool is that it goes up the lift hill and it goes down and around and it goes over the station. It has a nice kind of drop, then up and around. It's a Gravity Group, if I remember correctly. I don't quite remember. It's either Gravity Group or GCI. I'm not entirely sure yet. And then it goes down and you can see there's a switch track. And this will happen outside a building. Like, it'll be scenery, but it'll be outside a building. I don't remember what it's called. Actually, I'll look it up here in a second. But it reverses. It's the first reversing launching wooden coaster. It's not the first reversing because you have ZDTs, switchback. But this one launches. You go back and you go down and you launch. There's a wheel launch. It's not a magnetic launch because I don't want to. I have so many magnetic launches. I kind of wanted to do something different. I figured a wheel launch would be interesting, because it'd be more efficient probably, because we all saw how Lightning Rod turned out. We all give Lightning Rod crap, but honestly, it was, you know, the first time doing anything like that. It's going to have some downtime. Anyways, the point is, you're going to try something different, do wheels. So now you have wheels and you launch and you go back up this hill. It's not as tall as the first hill, but it's really close. Then you kind of swing around and you fly down and around. And you go up and you brake. And you go into this building. So this is all in a building. Like almost this whole ride is in a building. It's kind of a dark family ride-ish. But this is definitely in a building. And it's got this switch track. And you got projections and a video screen along this entire wall. So as you're moving across the launch, which I did this to keep it compact and interesting, actually, because I thought that's a really great idea. I haven't seen anybody do that yet. Basically, as you're sliding across, the screen fits like almost the whole area, so then you just watch the screen, and then you go back forward, and you have a second launch. A second launch. What? Yes, you have a second launch, because there's no way that's going to get back to the station. And I don't want a second lift hill, so second launch it is. Nice, just simple little wee kind of whoop-de-doos, this long and straight area, and then dives down into this tight corner and rises back up and over into the final brake run. So the storage is probably right here. It would turn out here and then go back down that way. I don't know why I didn't make that. Sorry about that. The straight section, I wasn't sure if I wanted it straight or I wanted it zigzagging. I think I'm going to leave it mostly straight because it looks kind of interesting. It's kind of like you kind of just, you know, riding the coaster. Why can't we ride it? Well, because for some reason the script that makes it work doesn't work. It's the same exact script. Everything is exactly the same as Persecution and Joy Park East, but for some reason it doesn't work. I don't know why. It makes me mad. So if anybody has any solution to that, please let me know. If anybody wants this and wants to work on it and make it work, because I've tried several different script generators to try and make it work, and it just doesn't work. And I really want to write it because it looks really cool, but you can't. I mean, you could write it in editor mode, but that's not nearly as fun as writing it like on this. So but I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna end it there because that's about all I have to talk about in this episode. I'll do another episode. Wilderness Exploration. That's what it's called. It's called that because the wilderness, the 40 years in the wilderness. I kind of wanted to do that because I thought that would be kind of cool. So here we go. I don't know why I started at the thing. Here you go. So you go down, you go up the hill. Also, you can't get it's only got 2 speeds, so we're gonna go just 1 speed here. And you go down, it's kind of, you know, picking up speed, and it's kind of just floating around here, and then it goes over the station, then a big drop, and then up, and then over. It's supposed to be kind of like, you know, a GCI-ish, and then this lateral turn, because there's some lateral G's, and it goes up, and it brakes, and it goes down into the switch, and then we go like this. Whoops. This is going to be weird. And you go like that. Oh shoot, I'm in it. That's why. Hold on. Technical issues here. Also, this is really annoying when it just stays this giant size. I mean, I can see why they do it, but it's like, what? Why? And there we go. Now we're gonna go backwards. So this is all backwards. We down, and then you launch. We're a little bit tilted here. You go up this hill, like it would launch you, and it would look like this, kind of. I don't know, but you're kind of sideways, and so actually what I can do is I can do this. So this is what it would look like backwards. This looks like a lot of fun. And then you go down and you fly through all the supports and another thing, and then you would brake, and then you'd be here, and then you'd be, can I not? There we go. And then you would go forward, and then you would go through this little S curve, and then you would launch again, go through here, not that fast of a launch, and then you would just float up the hill, kind of turn, then down dive, and then quick little bank turn there, and up and into the brake section. Yay! Such a good ride. I really want to ride it, and I really want it to work, but I can't. I don't know what's wrong with it. I did exactly everything I did for Persecution, the reversing dive coaster, but it just doesn't work. I don't know why. And it frustrates me. But that's basically why I did what I did. I didn't kind of go into that because these coasters, again, don't work, and that's why I don't really have them online. I don't have the videos or anything. That's kind of what I did. I just wanted a compact wooden coaster that was a family fun, fast, twisty, turny, you know, kind of indoor, high, a lot of crossing going on, reversing, launching, wooden coaster here. The other part, which I need to import. That's right, import Samson. I don't know where to add this one though. It's a good place to add this coaster. Right here. That's exactly where I want it. Right here. I know I could put a building here, but I think a ride would be cooler. So rotate it 30 degrees, or negative 30 degrees, like that, and then you go like this. No, dingus, I keep doing it the wrong way. Then you go like that, and you go negative 100 like this, and then negative 10 like that, perfect. And then negative 10. Whoops. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I didn't remember it from the first time. And then you go like this. And then ta-da, you have this nice little just thrill coaster at the corner of this avenue. So you kind of come up and then boom, you just kind of, oh, it's there. Oh, I'll ride it. It's kind of just a corner piece, you know what I mean? It's really cool. But anyways, I'm really looking forward to kind of going in depth on these kind of coasters. Because I did spend a lot of time on them, and they are, you know, interesting, and they actually work, and we can watch them and do stuff. So we'll get there. The next episode, I don't know when I'm gonna do it because it's whenever I have time, and next week's finals, so I doubt I'll be doing any videos on any channel. But yeah, I hope to do it again. I hope you guys will enjoy it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Give me any suggestions on how to change, do what, blah blah blah. When I'm done with it, we will be doing real coasters, so we can discuss real coasters that actual people are interested in and not just my creations that don't exist. Which is okay, because I look forward to that too. So anyways, that was that. And yeah, so we'll be starting, I'm trying to think of what coasters. I'll probably be doing, what is that called? Well, this is Wrath. We're probably doing Wrath, Temple Trouble, and whatever I call this guy. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, dang it. I need to freeze that. Wah, wah, wah. There we go. So guys, I will see you guys in the next Coaster Discussions episode 2. Bye-bye.